Hi Asya. Hi Prishita.
Uh,
Hi Asya.
Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening. Give me a minute, huh? Just I want to confirm if other kids are joining today. So Hasya, you
Yes,
have
sir.
already attended few sessions, right? Like one or
Yes,
two.
sir.
You have already attended few sessions, right?
Yeah, few, but most of them I was not there.
Yeah. So today I'll be discussing the concepts that you already know. So
Okay,
what
sir.
you have to do, you have to, silently observe the session, and if you have any doubts in regarding to what we are learning, then you can ask me, right? Okay, cool. Yes, Prashita,
Yes, sir.
can you hear me properly?
Yeah, now it's louder, got better.
But I don't know, I'm not able to hear you properly.
Hello.
Yeah, but is it possible to increase the volume of your mic or maybe input volume of your mic? Prishita, do you have straws at home or a balloon at home?
I have both.
Awesome. So get some straws, plastic straws, and get one or two balloons. How are you? How is everything with you, Hasya?
Sir, fine, sir. So you're doing the same activity as last time, right?
Ha! So for one
Exactly.
or two sessions, I'll be discussing the same concepts that you know, but don't miss these sessions, huh? Because we'll use these concepts. So don't miss miss these one or two sessions, and then we'll discuss the concepts that you have missed from the I think third session onwards.
Yeah, sir.
Yep. You go to school, right? You are not homeschooling.
No, sir. I go to school.
Oh, is this a plastic straw?
Yeah, it's plastic, but it
Okay.
doesn't bend.
Okay. So I have this straw with me, and if I let's say take this tissue paper and rub this straw against this tissue paper, right? So I'm simply rubbing this straw against this tissue paper, and then if I try to stick this straw, right? Did you see this? So something has happened, right?
Yes.
And if I take, let's say, a balloon and rub it against my hair, right? So let's say if I take, or you try this. So just blow some air in the balloon and rub it against your hair, or you will not be able to stick the straw that you have on the wall, but try to rub a stick or try to rub a straw against a paper and try to see if you can attract small pieces of tissue paper.
Okay.
So just see
Okay.
this, Prishita and Hasya. Right now, I'm not able to attract this piece of paper with this straw, right? But if I rub this straw against this tissue paper and then bring it close to this, can you see? Yeah, right? Can you see this? And these are suji particles, right? Do you know about suji or rava?
Yeah,
हाँ, तो
I
ये
know
वो
what's.
grains है. Yes. So just see this, right? Can you see this? Right? So something is happening over here. I don't know what is happening over here, but when I am rubbing this straw against a tissue paper, then something is happening over here. Maybe I don't know what is happening over here, but yeah. Do you know about this?
Like in school, we did this that you take a scale and you rub it against your hair, and then it attracts pieces of paper.
Mm-hmm.
And our teacher told it was electrostatic force.
Electrostatic force. Okay, but do we transfer this force? Like, what happens when we rub it against when we rub this straw against a paper?
Then it gets charged like that, I think.
Charge. So
Some
are we producing any charge?
no, but like something happened, so you like it attracts that paper. And
Okay, and what is this charge like? How does it look like? And
no, but like our teacher said that it gets charged, so then it
okay,
attracts paper.
okay. Hmm. Do you have charge in your body?
Maybe because then you're doing this, so then it happens.
Oh, acha, acha. Okay, okay. Hmm. Yeah. Blow the balloon and blow some air into the balloon and then rub the balloon against your hair. Yeah. Rub it against your hair. Okay, tie a knot in the balloon.
I hold it like this because it's hard for me to
Uh-huh. Rub it against your hair. Huh, gently, gently. Just like how we comb our hair. So try to comb your hair with the balloon. Huh, yeah. Rub the balloon against your hair. Good, good.
okay. Then
Then try to see if you are able to attract pieces of paper with the balloon or maybe small pieces of tissue paper. Is it happening?
yeah, lift it a bit.
Yeah. And try to rub a scale that ruler. Yeah, try to rub this ruler against your hair. Try to comb your hair with this, and then try to see if you can attract the pieces of paper with this. Just apply gentle pressure. Huh? Apply just some pressure, and then rub it against your hair. Is it working? No.
Or maybe should I make the pieces smaller?
Uh-huh.
It worked a bit.
Oh,
Yeah, it's working a bit.
awesome. Are you joining this meeting from your laptop or from your phone?
Laptop.
Laptop. Okay. Huh. Now try this with the balloon. डू यू हैव अ सोडा कैन एट होम? एम्प्टी सोडा कैन, कोका कोला या फिर स्प्राइट का बॉटल? ना? ओके ओके। हाँ हाँ, ये ट्राई करो, ट्राई दिस विद द बलून. Just apply some gentle pressure on the balloon and then rub it against. Yeah, 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 like this. Rub it like this. Yeah, good. Yes. And apply some pressure and then rub the balloon. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. Good, good, good. Like how we comb our hair. Yes, good. Now try to bring this balloon close to the pieces of paper. Huh? Perfect, perfect. बहुत सही. Okay, now I don't know how you would be able to do this, but I want you to go near to the wash basin, maybe kitchen में या फिर washroom में, और take your camera or laptop or maybe phone with you, and what do we need for this experiment? We need a thin stream of water, a narrow stream of water. So just open the tap, right? Yes, yes, जो अपना टैप होता है ना, so उसको उतना ओपन करना है so that we get a very thin stream of water. Okay, and then you have to rub the balloon against your hair like how you did right now, right? And then try to bring that charged part of the balloon close to the stream of water, but make sure that they don't touch each other.
I'll try.
Okay, पर उसमें नॉट वो करो पहले बलून में. ओ,
That's why I did it. It felt like the water was coming.
yeah, right. Good, very good. सोप बबल्स पॉसिबल है घर पे भी बनाना?
Oh, bubbles.
बबल्स, हाँ. सो हमारे पास में ना वो होता है ना ऐसा, कभी कभी बचपन में हम लाते थे. तुम्हारे पास में है हास्या सोप बबल्स का वो? कैन मेक बबल्स?
That one I don't have, sir, currently. You blow bubbles in it, right, sir?
या या या.
I don't have it right now.
ओके.
Sir, I have this.
Hey, exactly. Hey, perfect. परफेक्ट ओके सबसे पहले क्या करो, टिल्ट योर कैमरा, तुम मुझे टेबल की तरफ करो उसको, परफेक्ट ओके, रिमूव दीज पीसेस ऑफ पेपर, यप ओके, गुड गुड। सबसे पहले क्या करो, थोड़ा ना यहाँ पे स्प्रेड करो वो लिक्विड सॉल्यूशन, और मे बी यू कैन स्प्रेड वाटर ऑन द टेबल। हाँ बहुत ही कम, बहुत हल्का, हाँ मतलब मे बी टेक few drops of water and बस कुछ ही drops, yes, बस I already know, I'm kidding, हाँ बस, अरे हाँ बस बहुत है बहुत है बहुत है बहुत है, इसको स्प्रेड करो पूरे टेबल पे, जो जो दिख रहा है अभी पार्ट उस पे स्प्रेड करो। ओके गुड गुड। नाउ व्हाट आई वांट यू टू डू, आई वांट यू टू ब्लो सम बबल, सोप बबल्स, एंड इस ये जो वाटर है ना इसके ऊपर उसको मे बी ब्लो करो बबल्स को। इट्स ओके, टेक योर टाइम।
Ugh.
टेक योर टाइम, टेक योर टाइम। उसको मैं भी शेक करो, जो सोप सॉल्यूशन है उसको, यस अच्छे से शेक करो, हाँ ओके।
No bubble.
अरे यार क्या हो रहा है इसमें, बबल फॉर्म ही नहीं हो रहा है या फिर वो बस्ट हो जा रहा है, क्या हो रहा है?
It went here. Laptop.
तो थोड़ा सा पीछे से ब्लो करो मे बी, यस। ओह good 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 good, perfect. Now charge the balloon and bring the balloon close to the soap bubbles, पर जल्दी करो, जल्दी 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 जल्दी।
Balloon. Balloon.
Charge the balloon and bring it close to the soap bubble, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay,
Yes.
होगा होगा होगा, यस होगा, गुड। आराम से, टेक योर टाइम, टेक योर टाइम। Yeah, yes. Charge the balloon and bring it close to the soap bubble, huh? And make sure that they don't come in contact with each other.
Wow. Wow.
Right? और उसके साइड में रखो, इवन आई कैन सी अ स्मॉल बबल ऑन द टेबल, सो उसके साइड में करो, साइड में, या राइट। फिर से चार्ज करो उसको, बलून को, यस
Wow.
राइट, या यस राइट। वो ऐसे ही खुद से जा रहा है क्या अभी कि हम हमारी वजह से जा रहा था? दूसरी साइड उसको करने की कोशिश करो, अट्रैक्ट और बबल्स ब्लो करो, उसके साथ ट्राई करो।
Okay.
परफेक्ट परफेक्ट। और साइड में मूव करो, साइड में, यस 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 यस। होगा, और अच्छे चार्ज करो बलून को। या राइट।
Wow.
यस यस यस। या ऑसम। Perfect. So, yes, yes, yes. Very good, very good. Siddharth, do you want to try this? Siddharth,
Yes.
do you want to try this?
Yes.
Yeah, come on. So, take the balloon, rub it against your hair, and bring it close to this soap bubble. प्रीशिता, थोड़ा गाइड करना उसको, हाँ?
I'll do that. He doesn't want to.
Yeah, yes, 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 yes.
Keep going.
Right?
Can you see that moving towards the balloon? Yes?
Awesome. So, yes, Prishita, what is happening here? What are we doing here? We are rubbing a balloon against our hair, right? Or we are rubbing a straw against a newspaper, right? So what is happening over here? Are we transferring something? Are we taking out something from one object and giving it to the other? Or when we are rubbing the two objects against each other, then we are generating some heat. So is heat is responsible for this, or what do you think is happening over here?
I think we're rubbing two objects, so that's why something.
So we are rubbing. Okay, now rub your hands against each other and try to bring your hand close to a small piece of paper. Yes, rub your hands against each other and then try to bring your hand close to a piece of paper.
Okay. That is. It's not heat.
But we are able to produce some heat, right, when we are rubbing our hands. So what is happening here? I don't expect you to know about this, but just try to think about this. Like when we are rubbing two objects against each other, then something is happening for sure, right?
So I think we are. Is it like we're producing something? So then, if we bring it close to some object, some certain object, so then maybe it comes near the charge stuff.
Okay. What do you want to call this? If we are producing something, then what do you want to call that thing? Just give it a name. Just give it a random name, just abstract name, maybe कोई later अल्फ़ाबेट का. So हमारे एक और सेशन में ना स्टूडेंट्स ने उसको ई बोला था कि वी आर ट्रांसफरिंग ई फ्रॉम वन ऑब्जेक्ट टू द अदर. ऐसा रैंडम नेम था. सो तुमको जो भी अच्छा लगे तुम बताओ मुझे.
The one object keeps following the other one.
हाँ, पर उसको क्या नाम देना है? जस्ट गिव इट अ नेम, ऐसे रैंडम नेम. तुमको क्या बोलना है उसको? व्हाट डू यू वांट टू कॉल इट? And what do you want to call this phenomena? When we rub two objects against each other, then we can attract different objects.
Anything.
Asya, what do you want to call this?
Sir, X.
X. Okay, chalo, X. So when we rub two objects against each other, then we can produce X. और क्या बोलना है तुमको? Then we can transfer X from one object to the other object. और क्या क्या तुम बताओ मुझे. How do you want to define this? क्या अभी अभी जो भी हो रहा है, whatever is happening right now. So how do you want to define this? When we rub two objects against each other, then we can produce X. और कुछ बोलना हो तो बताओ मुझे. Prishita, Asya.
Like if we rub two like it has to be some certain object. We rub two books with each other, so then
Exactly. So if we rub two different objects, right? Okay. Then there is a possibility that we can transfer X from one object to the other object, right? Okay. So when we rub two objects against each other, ये X जो है ये एक ही ऑब्जेक्ट में प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है कि दोनों में प्रोड्यूस हो जा रहा है? What do you think?
I think only one or maybe two, because if I rub the balloon with the hair, will the hair attract the bubble?
हाँ तो देखो, ट्राई करके देखो. हेयर के साथ नहीं, बट मे बी यू कैन ट्राई दिस विथ टिश्यू पेपर एंड स्ट्रॉ. और स्ट्रॉ के साथ तो यू कैन ट्राई दिस, यस फॉर श्योर. सो स्ट्रॉ के साथ देखो या टिश्यू पेपर, यस, या नॉर्मल पेपर, उसको ऐसे रब करो एक दूसरे के अगेंस्ट एंड देन ट्राई टू सी इफ पेपर कैन अट्रैक्ट द बबल, यस, सोप बबल.
One minute.
Sir, one thing I'll ask, there's only 2 people in this class.
और बच्चे आने वाले थे पर वो भूल गए आज कि आज क्लास है.
Oh.
तो मैंने कॉल किया पर वो भूल गए इसमें. पर इसके पहले तो मैं प्रीशिता को के साथ ही मैंने न्यूटन्स प्लेग्राउंड वर्कशॉप किया. सो पर उसके पहले थे बच्चे, पर हाँ. पर प्रीशिता ना ऐसे याद रखती है चीज़ें. सो उसको पढ़ाने में मेरे को मज़ा भी आता है. आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, हास्य? ना? ओके.
Yeah, sir.
प्रीशिता, कैमरा एंगल भी चेंज करना. हाँ, इट्स ओके.
You need to do it fast. Sir, you can't do it if you like charge the balloon before you like keep it towards the bubble. That won't happen, right, sir?
Charge the balloon and
No, sir. After the balloon forms, it'll easily go away in like few seconds, right, sir?
हाँ.
So will it work if you charge the balloon before and then you keep?
हाँ, but yeah, you're right.
The bubble only will wait for like few seconds.
A
and
few
burst.
seconds, yes. बट अभी ना वाटर नहीं है टेबल पे, इसलिए भी वो जल्दी बर्स्ट हो रहा है. यस, परफेक्ट. Just apply some pressure, gentle pressure, and yes. Try to bring the straw close to the bubble. Is it happening? Is it working? ना? Okay, then और रब करो उसको अच्छे से.
So maybe you keep it to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, now try to bring that paper यस यस, पर उनको टच नहीं करना होता है हमको अपने हाथ से, फिंगर से। यस, फिर से करो, फिर से पेपर को रब करो और उसको टच मत करना, हाँ, जिस पार्ट को रब कर रहे हो उसको। बबल बर्स्ट हुआ है ना? ओके, इट्स ओके, इट्स ओके, इट्स ओके, मैं करके बताऊंगा, डोंट वरी, डोंट वरी। सो एक्स, राइट, कहाँ पे हमको मिल सकता है ये एक्स, और कैसा दिखता है ये एक्स? ऋषिता, आस्या, what are you made up of, Prishita? Or what is everything?
Atoms.
Atoms, okay, atoms. And if we let's say talk about one atom, then what is an atom made up of? Atom, one atom. Yes, Hasya?
The atom is made up of protons, neutrons, and a nuclear.
And protons, electrons, and neutrons.
Neutrons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
protons, electrons, and
Neutrons.
neutrons, right? Do you know about this, Prishita? Protons? So atom, जो atom होता है वो किससे मिलके बना होता है? Electrons, protons and neutrons. Electrons, protons and
Neutrons.
neutrons. Yes. Electrons, protons and neutrons. So do you know about our solar system? What do we have at the center of the solar system? Sun, right? And planets revolve around the sun, right? So just like this, in any atom, we have nucleus at the center, nucleus of the atom. ऐसे सन जैसा कुछ तो होता है जिसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? न्यूक्लियस. इट डजंट लुक लाइक सन, बट वो एक सेंटर पे होता है, राइट? एंड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स revolve around that nucleus,
Okay.
right? So and what is nucleus made up of? Nucleus is made up of protons and neutrons. Protons and
Neutrons.
so what do we so what do we have at the center of any atom? Nucleus. And nucleus is made up of neutrons and protons, and electrons revolve around the nucleus. Are you getting my point?
Okay.
The
Yeah.
electrons revolve around the nucleus. And everything is made up of atoms, right? So everything is made up of electrons, protons and neutrons.
Yeah.
Is your body made up of electrons, protons and neutrons? The answer is yes. Is that balloon, the balloon that you were using, is that balloon made up of protons, neutrons and electrons? The answer is yes, right? Even the soap bubble is made up of electrons, protons and neutrons, right? And how many electrons do we have in a soap bubble or maybe in a balloon?
How many atoms are there?
Atoms or electrons or protons कितने होंगे? हास्या?
There are a lot. Like
A lot कितना?
billions.
हाँ?
1,000.
Billions.
Billions and billions and billions and billions and billions, like more than number of stars in our galaxy. Agar if I take this, can you see my video? If I take this tissue paper, it has billions and billions of electrons and protons and neutrons. Are you getting my point? Right? So everything is made up of electrons, protons and neutrons, and neutrons and protons, they make the nucleus of any atom, right?
Yeah.
And electrons revolve around the nucleus. I hope you can see this. Can you see this? Right. So what do we have at the center of this atom? Nucleus, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Good. Good. देखो, नाम का ऐसा है कि नाम ना हम कुछ भी दे सकते हैं चीज़ों को. सो योर नेम इज प्रिशिता, राइट? but your name could be Parinita, but that will not make any difference because वो सिर्फ नाम है. Are you getting my point? Right?
Yes.
So any atom is made up of three types of particles और उनके हमने नाम क्या दिए हैं? इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, प्रोटॉन्स एंड न्यूट्रॉन्स. बट ये नाम है उनके, राइट? और दो टाइप के पार्टिकल्स होते हैं जो न्यूक्लियस में होते हैं और एक टाइप का पार्टिकल बाहर होता है. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? उसको हम इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, प्रोटॉन्स, न्यूट्रॉन्स बोल देते हैं, बट ये नाम है. बट why do we need to have standard names so that everyone can accept the standard names or everyone can use the similar term or same terminology. Are you getting my point? नहीं तो मैं यहाँ पे बोल दूँ कि भाई मेरे को तो इलेक्ट्रॉन को प्रोटॉन बोलना है और यूएस में कोई बोल रहा है मुझे प्रोटॉन मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉन को कुछ और बोलना है, न्यूट्रॉन बोलना है, तो झगड़ा होगा ना लोगों का, है ना? तो हमको सबको एकदम मतलब सब सेम ही लैंग्वेज में बात करें, तो इसलिए स्टैंडर्ड नोमेनक्लेचर बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो यस, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, प्रोटॉन्स एंड न्यूट्रॉन्स. एंड व्हाट वी had observed that if we take two electrons, just two electrons, then they repel each other,
Okay.
try to go away from each other. If we take two protons, then they also try to go away from each other. If we take two neutrons, then they don't interact with each other. They don't they don't attract or repel each other if we keep them at some distance.
Okay.
But if we take one electron and one proton, then they attract each other. Just like north and south poles of a magnet. Two north poles, they repel. Two south poles, they repel. North and south, they attract. So proton, proton, they repel. Electron, electron, they repel. Electron, proton, they attract. Right? Are you getting my point? Right? And we also observed one interesting point, और वो ये था कि if we take any atom, then if neutral atom, then that atom will always have equal number of protons and equal number of protons and electrons.
Okay.
So do you have protons and electrons in your body? The answer is yes. Billions and billions of protons, billions and billions of electrons, but they are equal in number. Does Hasya have electrons and protons in her body? The answer is yes, but they are equal in number. हो सकता है the amount of electrons that you have in your body will be different from the amount of electrons I have in my body. But whatever number of electrons I have in my body, they will be equal to the number of protons. Are you getting my point? Right?
Yes.
So everything around us, just have a look in your room. You'll be able to see so many objects, right? Everything is made up of electrons, protons and neutrons. And in each and every object, the number of electrons and protons, they are equal. और इनको हम फिर एक नया ऑब्जेक्ट बोल देते हैं, इनको हम बोलते हैं न्यूट्रल ऑब्जेक्ट्स. सो न्यूट्रल ऑब्जेक्ट्स क्या होते हैं? जिसमें न्यूट्रॉन्स और प्रोटॉन, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, प्रोटॉन्स क्या होते हैं? इक्वल होते हैं. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? यस हास्य?
Sir, so objects objects don't have like neutrons as equal as electrons and protons.
ना ना ना.
That
और
cannot be
न्यूट्रॉन्स और इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, प्रोटॉन्स के नंबर में कोई रिलेशन भी नहीं होता है.
But protons, electrons will be
Equal,
similar.
yeah, equal in number.
Equal.
Yes, yes.
Sir, with every object,
हाँ हाँ हाँ, yeah. हमेशा हमेशा. Can you see this? Have you seen a periodic table before?
Oh, sorry.
yes, sir.
So these are the different elements that we can find on Earth. तो उसका एक list है. And if you can see this number, can you see this number? One written over here. So what does this number represent? This number represents the number of electron or proton in this atom. So ये कौन सा है? हाइड्रोजन. तो हाइड्रोजन में क्या होता है? In one hydrogen atom we have one electron and one proton, right? And one more thing, if I take 1 billion hydrogen atoms, then I'll have
1 billion protons and electrons.
perfect. But if I take, let's say, carbon, so in a carbon atom we have 6 electrons and 6 protons, right? तो अब 6 electrons और protons हुए इसमें, then if I take let's say 1 billion carbon atoms, then I'll have 6 billion. Yeah,
electron and proton.
yeah, good.
So every object is neutral.
Yeah, yes, जो stable objects जो हमको नेचर में मिलते हैं मोस्टली वो न्यूट्रल होते हैं.
There's any like chance where like some object is not a neutral?
हम उसको कर सकते हैं आयनाइज,
Okay, sir.
राइट? लाइक हाउ वी ट्राई टू चार्ज स्ट्रॉ, तो हम उसको चार्ज कर सकते हैं, बट अगर वो चार्ज लीक ना हो, राइट? सो इफ वी लेट्स से पुट दैट ऑब्जेक्ट इन वैक्यूम जहाँ पे वो लीक होने की कुछ पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं है, तो हमेशा चार्ज रहेगा वो, राइट? ओके,
Okay, sir.
so everything is made up of electrons, protons and neutrons, and neutral objects क्या होते हैं? Objects
which have all these
equal number of protons and electrons. Electrons.
and the electrons.
अब देखो ये फिर से मैं आई एम सेइंग द सेम थिंग, ये नाम है, मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को हम बोलते हैं नेगेटिवली चार्ज पार्टिकल्स, प्रोटॉन्स को हम बोलते हैं पॉजिटिवली चार्ज पार्टिकल्स, बट अगेन ये नोमेनक्लेचर है. we could have used different terminologies for this. We could have used maybe क्या बोलना चाहिए, इंडिया में होता तो हम मे भी उनको राम और श्याम ऐसा कुछ नाम दे देते, राइट? हाँ, तो कुछ भी मतलब दूसरे नाम दे सकते थे, राइट? बस आई होप यू आर गेटिंग माई पॉइंट कि हम उसको इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को हम कुछ और बोल देते और हम प्रोटॉन्स को कुछ और बोल सकते थे, राइट? सो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को हम क्या बोलते हैं? नेगेटिवली चार्ज पार्टिकल्स, एंड प्रोटॉन्स को पॉजिटिवली चार्ज पार्टिकल्स, बट ये नोमेनक्लेचर है, एंड ऐसे नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव जैसे कुछ भी नहीं होता है, ये सिंपली नोमेनक्लेचर है.
Okay.
गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? यस, ये नाम है. सो हम इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को पॉजिटिवली बोल सकते थे, प्रोटॉन्स को नेगेटिवली बोल सकते थे, बट इट वुड नॉट हैव मेड एनी डिफरेंस. उसके प्रॉपर्टीज इंपॉर्टेंट है हमारे लिए. हाउ दीज पार्टिकल्स बिहेव एंड इंटरेक्ट विथ ईच अदर, दैट इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस than the names. Okay, so electrons, what do we call electrons? We call electrons negatively charged particles. What do we call protons? Positively charged particles. And neutrons are neutral particles. उस पर कुछ भी चार्ज नहीं होता है. And two electrons or two negatively charged particles, what do? They repel. Two protons, positively charged particles, they also repel. Electron and proton, they attract, right? Okay, good. Now if we take any object, so let's say if I take this straw, ऐसे हम तो देख के तो नहीं बता सकते ना इसमें इलेक्ट्रॉन ज़्यादा हैं या प्रोटॉन ज़्यादा हैं, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं बता सकते. इवन इफ आई रब दिस स्ट्रॉ अगेंस्ट टिश्यू पेपर, तो भी देखने से तो मुझे पता नहीं चलेगा नेकेड आई से, राइट? सो इफ वी टेक वन स्ट्रॉ, देन देर आर 3 possibilities. What are these 3 possibilities?
Okay.
So it can have equal number of electrons and protons, right? एक मिनट, नंबर ऑफ, एक मिनट, ये मैंने क्या लिखा? नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इज इक्वल टू, 1 minute, let me change this. Number of electrons is equal to, okay, so yes, number of electrons can be equal to number of protons, or it can have more number of electrons than protons.
But didn't you say that electrons and protons the number is equal?
Same होता है पर वो neutral objects में होता है, right? But if I can add some electrons to any object, so if I take out some electrons from other object and add it to the other object, then that object will have more number of electrons than the protons. Yes or no?
So,
Right.
but there's no way to figure out that you added more protons or decreased more protons. Is there a way to find it out?
Figure out or कैसे
It's
मतलब
figure out. to figure out, like, let's say a bottle, we want to know if it has more electrons or protons.
There is no, yeah. We need to, yes. So if we know, if we have some object that we are sure कि ये negatively charged particle है, then we can use that object to repel the other object, and then we can know.
Yeah, sir, but how do we know that object is negatively charged? It is only has electrons.
अरे हास्य, हमने ना, तुमने ये सजेस्ट किया था, यू ओनली सजेस्टेड दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट, और हमने वो इलेक्ट्रॉन बीम के साथ में एक्सपेरिमेंट किया था फिर नेक्स्ट सेशन, बट यू वर नॉट देयर इन दैट सेशन. You remember this conversation? कि you were asking me how can we know that balloon is getting negatively charged, then I told you कि we can try to bring this close to a beam of electron.
Yeah, oh, that.
But you missed that session. We'll try to do it again. But yes, Rishita,
Yes.
if we have more number of electrons than the number of protons, then we call that object negatively charged object, because that object has more number of electrons.
Okay.
And if we have more number of protons than the number of electrons, more number of protons than the electrons, then
Positively charged.
yeah, right, more protons than electrons. Okay, so if I take a neutral object, how can I make that object a negatively charged object?
You put some protons and remove some, like you put some electrons, more
Electrons. Or can we remove some protons from the from a neutral object and make it right? Is it
Yes.
possible?
Hmm.
Okay, Prishita is saying yes, Hasya is saying no. If we want to have more protons, if we want to have more protons than electrons, then
So you just remove some electrons or you add protons.
perfect. We can remove electrons or we can add
Sir, we can.
protons.
Sir, should tell why? It's no.
Sure.
Sir, because if we can remove electrons, because electrons is outside the nucleus. But if you want to remove some protons, it's kind of impossible, because protons are inside the nucleus. The nucleus like holds them together tightly. You can't break the nucleus.
No, we can. It's possible. It's not that it's impossible.
It's possible, but it's extremely hard.
Yeah. Oh yes. So Prishita, it's super difficult for us to break the nucleus. It requires so much amount of energy to break the nucleus. Do we break the nucleus? The answer is yes. कहाँ पे होता है? न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब्स में होता है, न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट्स में होता है, बट सन में भी होता है जहाँ पे हम न्यूक्लियस को फ्यूज करते हैं, ब्रेक नहीं करते हैं, हम उसको ज्वाइन करते हैं, बट इट रिक्वायर्स a huge amount of energy.
But you can remove some electrons because it's outside.
So वो easily available होते हैं electrons. So it's very hard for us to break the nucleus. So it's very hard for us. It's not impossible, but it's super hard for us to get protons out of the nucleus. Are you getting my point? So now you tell me, it's very hard for us to remove protons or add protons. So the only option we have is adding electrons or removing electrons. So now we have three different options. The object can have equal number of protons and electrons, और ये neutral object में होता है. And how can I make any object negatively charged object?
You just add some electrons.
Exactly. So a negatively charged object is nothing but a neutral object plus
Some electrons.
a neutral object plus electrons.
While a positively charged object is an object which you remove electrons.
Exactly. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So neutral object minus electrons. We take out some electrons. Right? Because it's super hard for us to break the nucleus. Are you getting my point? So let's say if we have 400 electrons and protons in a neutral object, ये number बहुत कम है, हाँ, मतलब 400 billions times ऐसे 3-4-5 बार करो, उससे भी बहुत ज़्यादा होगा. So ये बहुत ही एक छोटा नंबर है. So yeah, if we take 400 electrons and 400 protons, ये neutral अगर object है, तो negatively charged object में क्या होगा? It will have more number of electrons than the protons.
Yeah.
So
And then,
if we add some electrons, तो वो negatively charged particle होगा. और यहाँ पे just observe this.
yeah, the number remains same of protons. We just
Exactly.
add and move.
perfect. और इसको हम अभी तक x बोल रहे थे, ये तो था ना अननोन हमारे पास में x, वो क्या था? इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. सो when we rub two objects against each other, a tug of war happens between them. Tug of war for what? Electrons. They try to pull electrons from each other. So initially both of them are neutral, right? Now think about this. So if I take two objects और एक ऑब्जेक्ट ने 100 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ले लिए, then this object will have 100 more electrons, but the other object will have
Less. 100.
exactly. So this object will get negatively charged and another one will get positively charged. So you ask this question, right? Right? So when we rub a balloon against our hair, then tug of war happens between them. Tug of war for what? Tug of war for electrons.
Electrons.
And they try to pull electrons from each other. So if balloon अगर strong है, balloon can pull electrons from hair, then balloon will get negatively charged and hair will get positively charged. But अगर hair electrons को ज़्यादा उससे pull कर सकते हैं तो electron hair हो जाएंगे negatively charged. Are you getting my point? But if we rub our two hands against each other, तो ये इसमें क्यों कुछ नहीं हो रहा है? Because both teams are equally strong. Are you getting my point? Right? What do you want to call this method?
But so I have a question. Why only when we? Okay, yeah. Like, is there any other way of making like
Yeah.
electrons?
Yes. So we don't produce electrons, huh? We transfer electrons from one object to the other object, and there are so many ways to do this. There are so many ways to take out electrons. There are so many ways to add electrons. This is just one method of doing this. We'll discuss about more methods as well. But ये एक हुआ method. Are you getting my point? But इस method को क्या नाम देना है हमको? Come on, just be creative. Just और कोई भी random नाम भी चलेगा. ऐसा कोई बहुत अच्छा sound करने वाला नाम नहीं चाहिए. हास्य, what do you want to call this?
I also don't know, sir.
अरे so just come up with some innovative name, no? What are we doing here? We are rubbing two objects against each other and tug of war is happening for electrons. By the way, Prishita, ये tug of war ना हमारा terminology है क्लास का. इसको ऐसे बुक्स में लिख के मत आना कि tug of war हो रहा है, वो ना एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं करेंगे. हास्या प्लीज इसको बुक्स में उसमें एग्जाम में मत लिख के आना tug of war हो रहा है. But yes, what do you want to call this method? आज मॉर्निंग में एक बैच था हमारा, यूएस का बैच था. सो उसमें तो उन्होंने ना इसको नाम दिया हुआ था TOW, जो कि इतने मतलब उन्होंने कुछ सोचा ही नहीं. उन्होंने TOW दिया टग ऑफ वॉर के लिए. तो व्हाट डू यू वांट टू कॉल दिस मेथड?
It's kind of like Siddharth. He always follows me around.
क्या सिद्धार्थ?
Yeah, he always follows me around.
ओके. और तो सिद्धार्थ मेथड नाम देना है तुमको इसका. हास्या, व्हाट डू यू वांट टू कॉल दिस मेथड?
I really don't have an idea of this.
अरे just give a random name जो इसको डिफाइन कर सकता है. जैसे
What will you
को ना,
call this?
हाँ
What will you call this, sir?
मैं रुको मैं बताता हूँ. रुको मैं बता रहा हूँ. रुको
Sir, you can't think of it, nor can I, sir.
अरे मैं सोच रहा हूँ, मेरे पास बहुत सारे ऑप्शन है, मैं उस पे से सोच के कुछ बता रहा हूँ. You also think about this. I'm also thinking about this. टग ऑफ वॉर. अच्छा, मैं ये टग ऑफ वॉर मेरा टर्मिनोलॉजी, तो आई थिंक आई कैन यूज दिस. टग ऑफ वॉर मेथड बोलूंगा मैं इसको, टो मेथड. So I'll call it
Right.
टो मेथड. Yeah.
We can call it.
Tug of war for E. I'll call this method E war. E hyphen war.
You could say TW, like tug and war.
यू, वो होता है ना, ऐसा फ्रेज होता है, यू यू या ऐसा कुछ होता है, राइट? होता है
Yeah, sir.
ना, या चैट में. अच्छा, ई डब्ल्यू, ओके. सो क्या हो रहा है इसमें? एवरीथिंग इज मेड अप ऑफ एटम्स, everything is made up of electrons, protons and neutrons, and but protons are there inside the nucleus, so it's very hard for us to break the nucleus, so it's very hard for us to get the protons out of the nucleus, and it's very hard for us to exchange the electrons, right? Yes, so we can add electrons or we can remove electrons, but ऐसा नहीं है कि हर जगह पॉसिबल होगा. जैसे ये टेबल है, ये टेबल में से हो सकता है कि डिफिकल्ट हो मुझे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को पुल करना, मे बी बलून में से आसान हो या फिर पेपर में से आसान हो. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट, राइट? और यस, सो if we rub two objects against each other, then tug of war happens between them, tug of war for electrons, and they try to pull electrons from each other. मुझे ये बताओ कि have you tried to rub your hand against a blanket और उसमें से spark generate हुआ है कभी?
Yeah, so usually when I sleep one day I was sleeping, when I was trying to get the blanket over me and it was dark. So when I rubbed it against my hand, a spark came, so it like shone.
Yeah,
And then-
exactly. Would you able to do this experiment again, Hasya, and record this experiment?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So वहाँ पे भी क्या हो रहा है? Same method, right? EW method, right? और कहाँ पे होता है ये EW method? So when we rub our legs against carpet, और तो हम फिर किसी को टच करते हैं तो भी हमको शॉक लगता है. कभी हुआ ऐसा?
Yeah, so it also happens when you slide down a slide which is newly constructed.
Exactly. वो स्लाइड में वहाँ पे यही होता है ना, सरफेसेस वो होते हैं.
Like the surface has like hair to it for some reason. You
हाँ,
can
हाँ.
feel like something tingling up, but there's nothing there.
या. और इंडिया में ना एक और चीज़ है, अगर तुम शॉपिंग मॉल्स में गए हो एंड इफ यू हैव यूज्ड एस्केलेटर्स, जो होते हैं ना हमारे एस्केलेटर्स, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट एलिवेटर्स, जो हमारे एस्केलेटर्स होते हैं सीढ़ी.
Beside there's some brush thing, right, sir?
हाँ, तो मैं ना उसमें मैं अभी गया था कहीं पे और मैंने उसका वीडियो लिया हुआ है. लेट मी ट्राई टू फाइंड दैट वीडियो. सो उसमें भी क्या होता है, वो जो बेल्ट होता है ना एस्केलेटर का,
Yeah, sir.
बेल्ट में वो जो पूरा रेल्स होते हैं उसके अगेंस्ट रब होता है बेल्ट. सेम मेथड, EW मेथड, राइट? ऑब्जेक्ट्स रब कर रहे हैं अगेंस्ट ईच अदर, राइट? और कहाँ पे होता है ये? इवन एक स्टूडेंट ने बोला था कि शी प्लेस फुटबॉल, सो उसने बोला था कि, और वो आर्टिफिशियल ग्रास पे खेलती थी, तो जब वो जो उसके शूज होते थे, जब वो आर्टिफिशियल ग्रास के अगेंस्ट से रब हो रहे थे, राइट? यस.
Yes,
और
sir.
इसके एग्जांपल्स ढूंढो, और एग्जांपल्स ढूंढो.
So when I go for the like pee in my school, so there's some weird thing. So I rub it against it. Then if I touch anyone, I get like that
Shock.
person. Yeah, shock.
हाँ,
Yes,
तो
sir.
वो
My school, it's a bit more different, I think. For me, like in the football ground, there's a net, sir.
हाँ.
But not in the goal, like to the side of the football ground, the net covers so that no one will enter or exit. So it is this small grid. So when you like rub your hand against it and like touch a person or touch yourself, you feel like a shock.
हाँ, एग्जैक्टली. तो वो भी सेम मेथड हुआ, EW मेथड, राइट? यस, टग ऑफ वॉर. यस. और कहाँ पे हो रहा है? And when we comb our hair, कोम को भी तो हम ऐसे ही वो करते हैं, रब करते हैं हेयर के अगेंस्ट, है ना? तो वो भी तो यही हुआ, टग ऑफ वॉर वाला मेथड हुआ। और
Once I
एक
was
बहुत
getting
इंटरेस्टिंग है, मैं तुमको बता रहा हूँ, वो इतना इंटरेस्टिंग है, आई कैन गिव यू अ हिंट, पर आई वुड एक्सपेक्ट यू टू थिंक अबाउट इट, मतलब मुझे खुद को आंसर करना इतना अच्छा नहीं लगेगा। सो व्हाट इज द साइंस बिहाइंड लाइटनिंग, जो लाइटनिंग होता है, और व्हाट इज द साइंस बिहाइंड रेन्स? सो ऐसे क्लाउड्स से वो रेन्स नीचे क्यों हमको,
Oh, wait, I know answer. You told, I remember now.
अच्छा ये देखो, ये तुमने देखा है एस्केलेटर, यहाँ पे ये बेल्ट
Yeah, sir.
होता है ना उसके अगेंस्ट, ये जो
Yeah, that
बेल्ट है,
also.
राइट? और जब हम उसको टच करते हैं, और समटाइम्स वी गेट अ शॉक व्हेन वी टच अनदर पर्सन, राइट?
Yeah,
प्रेषिता,
it moves.
प्रेषिता के एक्सप्रेशन से ही मुझे समझ में आ रहा है कि प्रेषिता, हैव यू एक्सपीरियंस दिस बिफोर? अच्छा, तो कभी होगा कि शॉक लगेगा, तो उस दिन याद करना है ये टॉपिक। तो ये जो
Very
बेल्ट्स
cloud,
होते हैं
sir.
ना, ये बेल्ट्स ये रेल्स के अगेंस्ट वो करते हैं, स्लाइड करते हैं, ये जो बेल्ट है, आई होप यू कैन सी दिस, राइट?
The black belt.
वो बेल्ट मूव कर रहा है ना, तो वो बेल्ट उसके अगेंस्ट रब कर रहा है, तो कभी वहाँ पे चार्जेस प्रोड्यूस हो जाते हैं। यस, क्लाउड्स, दे
Sir, tell.
रब अगेंस्ट ईच अदर,
Sir, remember what it is.
क्लाउड्स रब अगेंस्ट ईच अदर, और उसमें पॉजिटिव
Yeah,
नेगेटिव
sir.
इलेक्ट्रिसिटी।
See, when clouds rub against each other, what and say, the lightning forms, and that lightning hits like metal, like poles in the ground.
वो तो
Usually,
ग्राउंड पे आ रही है तो हिट करेगी, अगर वो ग्राउंड पे आ ही नहीं रही है तो नहीं हिट करेगी। बट यस, क्लाउड्स में भी यही होता है, क्लाउड्स दे रब अगेंस्ट ईच अदर एंड दे गेट चार्ज्ड, और फिर जाके लाइटनिंग
that's
होती है।
what lightning. That's how lightning happens.
हाँ, यस यस यस।
Sir,
हाँ जी।
you said that we rub like our both hands against each other. They won't like. There
हाँ,
won't be.
बिल्कुल इक्वली स्ट्रांग है वो, या
So if we
क्लाउड्स
get
में,
two same clouds,
हाँ,
then
नहीं, पर क्लाउड्स का फॉर्मेशन सेम हो वो जरूरी नहीं होता है।
but suppose somewhere we find two exactly same clouds, so then the lightning won't happen even if they rub together, right?
तो कभी कभी क्या होता है ना, कभी कभी इवन मैं अपने हाथ को भी चार्ज करूंगा तो हो सकता है कि आई कैन प्रोड्यूस सम चार्जेस, क्योंकि हो सकता है कुछ मैं इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को पुल कर लूं, पर वो अमाउंट इतना ज़्यादा नहीं होता है। सो इफ़ आई रब अ बलून अगेंस्ट अगेंस्ट आवर हेयर, तो हो सकता है उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को हम ट्रांसफर कर सकते हैं, बट हो सकता है यहाँ पे कम इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ट्रांसफर हो। आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? तो उसके सिग्निफिकेंट हमको वो चेंजेस ऑब्जर्व नहीं होते हैं, बट पॉसिबल होता है कि हम सेम ऑब्जेक्ट्स को भी वो रब करेंगे तो समहाउ हम इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को एक्सट्रैक्ट करें, बट बहुत ज़्यादा अमाउंट में नहीं होता है वो। आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? सो और अब बहुत बड़े स्केल पे हो रहा है, तो हो सकता है उसके कंपैरिजन में छोटी चीज़ भी हमारे लिए बड़ी हो। आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? तो वैसा है। तो यस, कूल। सो what did we learn today? We've learned about atoms, electrons, protons, neutrons, and EW method, right? Okay, cool. So in our
And
next
nuclear.
session, we'll learn more about this method, and then we'll learn other methods to charge objects. So अभी हमको चार्ज करने के लिए क्या करना है? I think ये बात समझ में आ गई। चार्ज करने के लिए we just have to add electrons or remove electrons. Now we'll need to find out different methods to add or remove electrons. One method is if we rub two objects against each other, then there is a possibility that exchange of electrons can happen between them. Okay, cool. So we'll learn more about this in our next session, and we'll learn other methods as well. Okay, bye bye. Take care, and I'll see you in the next. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, Prashita. Bye.